All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this video. My name is Ilham Muhammad Nafaldi, and with my friend Fariska Delisha Putri, Alex, and also Mariam, and we are from Group Six. We would like to discuss the uh, fourth material regarding the credit system in South Korea. So, we are referring to the questions on page 72. So, let us first our first question. Uh, Fariska, have you time? Can you time the meeting? Okay, nice, thank you. All right, so the first question is, how can teachers help students make informed and meaningful subject choices in a credit-based system, especially when they are unsure of their future goals? All right, is there anyone of you who'd like to start the discussion?
Who wants to start?
Yeah.
Um, Fariska, do you want to start?
Yeah, probably. I have an answer for this question. How can teacher help student make informed and meaningful subject choices in a credit-based system, especially when they are unsure of their future goals? In my opinion, every teachers that not just only specialty teachers or general teachers, every teachers need to learn about psychology, something like how to say it like when the teacher is can knowing about student or child psychologist, something like that. So when they become a teacher, they can like having talk to other students and also knowing more about their students, so they will be like getting to know more themselves through the teacher itself. I mean, like the teacher could rising question about what they want to do or what they want to know. So it's not just having how to say it like counseling. Yeah, counseling not just with the student, also provided to the parents as well, because like the teacher should know how actually the student doing in the home, such as like the asking the teachers asking the parents of like what actually the children do, and then what they like basically do basically like, and what they also have learned since long time. So probably something like that. So I hope like every teacher know the basic of the counseling, so they can do like a little bit research for the children, something like that. Is there any like additional ideas?
Um, can I continue?
Yes.
In my opinion, I think first of all, the main purpose of being a teacher is to help a student to find his or her own path. And in this case, teachers should guide like students like to the different subjects instead of forcing to early decisions. And in this case, many students can be unsure about their future, right? And teachers can provide like basic career information or give an explanation, brief explanation, how like subjects connected to their real life.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Uh, um, I would like to add my opinion on this question, where I think I actually agree with Fariska because in Indonesia, there's this like counseling guidance teacher that we usually had on like middle school and also high school, and but they're mainly focusing on like usually like students like personal problem, mental health, academic problem, and so on. But I think we can have like that type of stuff, a similar thing, but focusing more on students' credit system, or like what kind of course do they want to take for their credit system, or like giving them the awareness of the consequences when they're taking one course and another. And I think this would be meaningful for them as they middle schooler, they don't really know about what is like inside of the course, or like what um future career that they will stitch on from after they graduate. So I think having these types of guidance counseling would be uh, one solution probably to to take care of this problem. I think basically. What about you, Alex? Do you have any opinion on this?
I agree with you all, and I'd like to add something. Like, I think the very important things is to give students room to explore without pressure, and students don't know what they want to do yet, and maybe forcing them to lock into very one specific uh, pathway too earlier can actually backfire. One thing that really helps is having a discovery phase early on, maybe in the first year school could require students to take a few like introductory course so they can like humanities, social science, or mathematics, physics, or those kind of subjects, so they can uh, get a look or get a taste of each subject's actually involves, and also like bringing uh, the aptitude task so that might can see the students' ability to have this kind of task to help students to discover their interest on different subjects. So yeah, that is pretty much what I want to say.
Yeah, I totally agree with all of you. But we haven't really touched the problem where they're unsure of their future goals. So how do you guys think how do you guys think how teacher can like help students to determine or like make sure of them to know what are they future goal is. So what do you guys think? Do you guys have any opinion or advice for the teachers probably? Or...
Uh, in my opinion, I think teachers should like talk personally with that student and try to like analyze the mindset of that student, and this key teacher can like may know in what kind of sphere or subject that student is good, and like give an advice like to try different subjects, right?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that. Oh, we have. Do we have any other opinion?
I just wondering, should this teacher to consider the students' what is it, economic situation or financial situation, and then give some like pragmatic or practical advice to the students? Have you ever thought about this? I'm really just curious.
Yeah, I think Mariam's opinion with your opinion would be combined, and I
Mm.
think it would be great for the student. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What about you, Fariska? Do you have any additional opinion on this?
Um, like actually, I have like no other. Like, can you give your opinion first, Aldi? Like,
Okay, for me, I think uh, I do agree with Mariam and Alex because I actually I was wanting to deliver the same opinion where teacher they get to like have a counseling session with the students like personally, so that the students they would be honest and feel comfortable talking about what they want or like what they're good at to determine what their future goals are, and also let alone their financial background as well. So some students might be able to like reach a certain goal while the other can't. And I think Alex here brought up a very good idea on like asking or like knowing at least the economic background of the student so that a teacher can salute to this problem to to help students determine their future goals, because I see a lot of students this age, they still don't really like have not like aware yet of what their future career would be. So I that's my opinion on that. Yeah. Okay. So is there any additional opinion? All right. If not, I think we're gonna move on to number two. All right. What strategies can be used to prevent students from avoiding difficult subjects to protect their grades under the five grade system? So, is there anyone who'd like to start first?
Okay, I have an idea for this one. Like, I quote your opinion when in the class, LD. When you say like we need to encourage student by creating a supportive environment. That's I think it's a good idea. I mean, like when I personally choose a class when the teacher or the environment is like uh, likely I more like it like the environment and how the teacher is outgoing with their students is really uh, one of the one of the thing that I would like to consider if I choose a subject. I mean, like even though the subject is kind of hard, but if the teacher is like easy to approach and like really kind and really helpful, it's really I mean like it's beneficial for other student for beneficial for the student to understand more about the subject. So I think like yeah, having a good environment and like having like a supportive learning system, it's kind of like a good thing to start when we start to promoting a hard subject so student can choose that classes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that. So, any other want to add their opinion?
Can you
Uh,
continue? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
okay, I'll say that. I think this is really a tough issue because I think no one wants a low grades on their transcript,
Yeah.
especially in a system with grades matter a lot for college admission. If students think taking a hard subject will put down their GPA, they will naturally avoid it. So we might need to uh, use some approach to prevent this kind of things. I think one approach is to use a new like rating GPA system where like advanced or harder course can get a multiplier like A. If the students get B in the top class, might count the same as an A in the standard class. I mean, school can re-evaluate the course and to like regrading their GPA in terms of the class that the students are taking. So I think in this case, this will send a clear message that school value intellectual challenge, not just easy A plus. And maybe the university also recognize that students who take the harder course are showing initiative or their um, their determination. So that might helps too.
Yes, I
That's my
see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see it. I can see it. Okay. Any additional opinion from Mariam?
Yeah. The first thing I want to say is that schools should create like in the environment where the learning like is value more valued than just the grades. Because I had an experience in my school, like we didn't care about the subjects or like anything else. We just care about the good grades to get the high scores. And in this case, like I didn't know like who I'm gonna be and what kind of like faculty or majority like I have to choose. I just cared about the entering the university and the grades, the high grades, and I think it's not good. And the other way is we like schools can provide like extra support, like such as tutoring maybe, and little step by step learning. So in this case, students may feel like less afraid of like difficult subjects. So in my case, I didn't study like math because I thought that it's like challenging and difficult, and that's all. That's why I was bad at math. Maybe like if one person, one teacher could like come and explain like step by step, and like maybe I could learn it.
Yeah, I do agree with all of you. Um, I think I'm gonna like stand with my opinion during the class. I think someone said that if students didn't want to take a certain or like a hard subject, then it's their decision. There's nothing we can do about it. But it sounds wrong to me, like probably if I'm positioning myself as a teacher, it sounds wrong for a teacher to not do anything to make their students like interested in their subjects, right? So therefore, I was like thinking like, is there anything like the best a teacher can do to make their like course or their hard subject is as engaging as other subjects? So I think like in Indonesia, we have a lot of like. So here's the thing, the fear factor towards hard subject is actually the final exam because most of the score percentage by the end of the day is determined by the final exam. Like they have like the most percentage out of the other score in the class. So I was thinking that probably uh, we can like divide those percentage to like a much more like variable, like being active in class or participation or
Mm,
not being absent and other. So this would make somewhat make the grade a little bit easier to get, make the score a little easier for them to get a high score because and I think what after like the system after we fix the system on that, I think the next thing that we can do is to spread the awareness to the parents, spread the awareness to the children, to the students, because they didn't know what would they experience before they're taking the course. So I think they have to know. We have to somewhat make the subject not as scary as it sounds, and I think that is what teacher can do best to make students interested in their like hard subjects or courses. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any additional opinion?
I do have additional opinion. Like when I talk about this question in my group discussion before, like someone actually suggests about the how if the hard subject have like a special grading. I mean, like they can give us more grade like if we finish it like until the end. Like when we do a final exam, like if you are doing well or participate sorry, participate well in the class, you probably can get more additional grade to the result of the exam. I mean, like, because you show your effort of this subject, so the teacher should give like feedback such as like a grading and then something like that. So the teacher could like think like, if I do have effort, it's mean like I will get um, another rewards, something like that. So this is kind of like extrinsic motivation. So I hope this can support the motivation to choose a hard subject. So I also heard that someone said it is more fair if the hard subject just have like pass or not passed. What do you guys think about it? Like, if you are doing a final task, you are not have your grade, but just like, is it you pass the class, pass the subject, or not pass the subject? So it's just like both of that. And what do you think, guys? Because I don't think like it's really appropriate to apply it in a school, because like we cannot like evaluate ourselves when we just have like a 2 point, which is like pass or not, like something like that. Do you guys agree with that?
Um, I'm not agree with that because um, this is the like paper, like with the shit paper of like test. It's not, I think, fair just to value our like mindset or knowledge just only once, right? Uh, student may feel like different in this situation, maybe stressed or like nervous or excited, maybe even ill, right? And I think that's not fair.
What- Okay. What about the other? I don't agree with the pass or apa or fail system because uh by the end of the day, soon they don't know which part they did wrong or not, and that
Mm.
would not make them learn, and it would be it's actually it's kind of like similar with a five grading system where it made the students who work hard, who are ambitious, frustrated because they're they all pass, though one might have higher score than the other. So I think it would kill the idea of competitiveness, where I think competitiveness is still needed in the academic world, but a healthy one. And again, it could not be evaluated. It cannot the students can't learn from their mistakes. So I think I'm just gonna stick to the traditional way of grading. There's so much thing that we have discussed, like for example, for those who've taken the hard course, they can have like a multiplied score or something like Alex said, or we can just like add more score for class participation and activeness probably, and so on. So I think I'm just gonna stick to the discussion earlier rather than having the pass or fail grading system. Okay. Okay, you guys all agree? No additional opinion?
I don't have any additional opinion.
All right. Okay, so who wants to choose for the next number? Because I've been choosing two numbers now. So you guys can choose. Who'd like to choose?
Let's choose fifth one.
Fifth, okay. Is it realistic to expect all schools, regardless of size, location, or funding, to provide a wide range of electives under the credit system? How can we address this disparity? Alright, since you chose this number, would you like to start first, Mariam?
Yeah. Why
Okay.
not? I think it's not fully realistic because schools have like different resources as they are like located in different like locations, and they may like have smaller or uh, schools may be like smaller or rural that right,
Mm-hmm.
and may not have like enough teachers, like may not provide enough teachers or like fundings to offer many choices. So to solve these problems, what we can do, in my opinion, government and schools can provide or use online classes and share online programs, different programs, between the schools and partnerships with like local communities. And in this case, inequality can be reduced, and students can get access to more subjects.
I see. I see. I agree with you actually, but I don't really I'm not quite sure if like it's just me. I think I'm just like I'm biased with online programs since I don't think online programs would, create a much conducive environment to learn or for any types of like activities because we don't really know what they're gonna do behind the camera. So I think it could be an alternative. However, I don't think online program would be the best idea for this since I don't know because me myself I during like online schools or online class I always like not like participating fully in a class back when COVID
Mm,
was still a thing. So yeah. So do you guys have
like
any other opinion?
I
Oh, okay, okay.
didn't have experience, that's why
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know about it like
Yeah, yeah.
fully.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. So, any other opinion? Okay. For me, I don't think it's realistic to provide all schools with um, the equal electives under the credit system. And it's not because it's not, I don't think that it's possible. It's because I think it's from the, let's talk about the teachers. Like, um, I don't think teachers, they would want to live in a rural area, so to say, to teach because as human being I think it would be normal for us, even me and you, to choose a place where we can also like live in a big city where it's an urban city so it's easier for us to live. Teachers would choose a more modernized city to work, to teach, and so on. So therefore it would be very hard for rural areas to get uh, equal electives to those who are in the big cities. And I'm gonna take the case in Indonesia, where the salary for teachers are very low. They cannot even like live their family with just being a teacher. They have to have a second job for it, and no one wants to teach in rural area in Indonesia due to the salary and the lifestyle. And those who want to teach in rural areas are kind people. They even some of them even work for free because they love students. They want to educate students in the rural area. But they always have a second job to live their family. So I think it's a big problem as well because if we were to like let's say we want to have an online class or like to have to an online program, some rural areas they don't have the infrastructure for like PCs or internet or any other accessible technology for communication. And I think this is out of our hands as probably as teachers. It's I think it's in the hand of the government in the Ministry of Education, I say. It's a very broad topic to be talked about. It need fundings, it need a total restructure of the curriculum probably, And that's why I think it's very, very, very hard to create a realistic world where every place in this world, every school in this world have equal distribution of education, whether it is their facility, electives, teachers, or anything. So what do you guys think about this? This is a very heavy topic, I
Uh,
think.
yeah, it's pretty. I think I really like your perspective. Um, we need to consider the rural areas, the their infrastructure and their teacher salary. Then, so um, I would like to add some information, like there's some sort of solution what we have in China.
Mm,
But let me talk about answer this question first, and then
sure,
I
sure,
can
sure, sure, sure,
introduce
sure.
this solution to you guys. Because my hometown is also like less developed area, so for this kind of area, our governments have a special support for this kind of region that is less developed. So let me answer this question first. So I think it's not realistic to expect every school to offer the same range of elective because a small rural school with probably like 200 students or 300 students and limited funding simply cannot compete with large urban school that has 2,000 or in China some school has like three over 3,000 students and much bigger budget. So if we force all schools to offer a huge number of electives, uh, the small school will just end up um, like overworking teachers or offering the course that is not sustainable,
Yes.
or the education quality will drop because maybe like the teachers in rural area they're under trained, they're not uh, like ability to teach some of the subjects. But I agree with Ilham. We cannot accept that some students get fewer opportunities because of where they live. That's not fair. So we need to be creative about our solution. So I would like to explain a little bit of our what is it like the Chinese government solution. So um, we have this special support programs for the region that is less developed, uh, aimed at improving the region's development. Uh, that is basically you just deployed a teacher from, I mean, from the big cities or urban cities, like from the really good school, the teachers from the um, very developed region, so they have better education. So the governments will uh, deploy these teachers to the undeveloped region to teach students in this region. So for example, when I was in middle school and high school, we have maybe uh, more than 30 teachers are from the like the for example from Jiangsu province, which is that province is support my hometown. So the teachers they have a very good educational background. They are well trained and they can give us they can at least what is it like bridge the gap with their uh, education. So I think this might be helpful for uh, bridge the gap between urban, what is it like the developed region and the rural region. So I think the student it needs the support from the government and the education administration. This kind of support is really important.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a very good move from China, I think, sending teachers from a more developed city to the less developed city. I think it, yeah, I think as long as the government probably like did something for the teachers, did something great for the teachers, probably like a form of validation or a certificate that would validate their
Mm,
career in the academic world, I think it would encourage the teacher to want to teach in these less developed area, I think. Yeah, yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
What about you, Fariska?
Okay, about realistic. This I think like it may not be realistic since like as you guys have already stated that is it hard to have every school funded, every school that really have like a great something great like educational and background, something like that. So probably I was wondering how about if the school having a collaboration, I mean like a collaborations with the funded school with non-funded school so they can help each other. So, it's like when the school that is less I mean like didn't have any resources, they don't get funded from government, asking like how if we have like an exchange teachers or exchange like knowledgeable like study bending, do you, yeah, study like compared the studies, yeah, exchange studies, something like that. So the teachers can also give like their knowledge to that school that less developed. So basically it's like a mutual. So um, the teacher that actually go to the last can help be helpful, so it's like a kind of volunteering, but like make it like collaboration, something like that. So the teachers probably could have experience to teach smallest school in the area. I mean, like not just in rural area, but like in the big cities. Sometimes like there are school that not developed. There are school that not get support from government. So it's kind of hard. So in the big city, there are a lot of school that supported, a lot of school that become a star, a lot of school that become a famous. So why not they help each other to literally gaining more reputation, something like that, so they can have like reputation in the school, and then the school that get helped can also get a beneficial from the teacher or the resources that they have, like a book or materials, something like that. What do you think guys about it? Is it like applicable or not? Like something like I feel like this could be applicable since like we can help each other in the one city, like probably uh, we need government to step down with this strategic, because like um, if that just like strategic that that stated from the law school, it's kind of like not really looks interesting. So it's better to government to initiate this like a program, something like that. What do you think guys?
All right, before we proceed, can I know how much time do we have left?
We still have 12 minutes, like less than 12 minutes, like
Okay,
11:40.
okay. So, I think since you mentioned it's a voluntarily program, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think many teacher would participate or many school would participate in this program because I don't think because they think that they would not get anything out of it, so to say. So I think because teachers like in every part of the world they want to like work professionally, they need to have something as a feedback. So and for in order for this program to be applied like globally or like massively, I think we a country need to have an adequate number of good or funded schools and the unlike less funded schools. But the ratio of it, it's always the well funded school is always more little than those who are like the small schools like in city or even in rural areas. So what happened if this applied, since we only have like the ratio is always bigger on the lower funded schools or like the little schools or like schools in rural area? I think this would a little overwork the teachers who work in a decent school, because they have to like uh take care of as well many schools who are like less funded or in rural area. But I do agree that when you said if the government step in and help and probably like fund the teacher or like give rewards, so I think it would be possible as long as if the government also involved in this program. That's my opinion. What about the others?
Yeah, I agree with you. So I think the intervention of government is really important. Just take my country as an example. So for those teachers who send it to the undeveloped region, the government provides housing, travel allowance, and salary supplements, and local education barriers help with logistics and integration into school. So maybe after they assigned to this project, after this project, uh, they can get some sort of award. Maybe it's financial, or they can get promotion because of they are in the very tough environment to teach kids. So I think the intervention of government is necessary in this case.
Yeah. What about Mariam? Or okay, Fariska, you want to?
Actually, yeah, just like as you said before, Ali said and Alex said, like government is actually have a big role in this to success education in every area. And also I agree that I just think like I just have an idea. I mean, like, yes, you are right. I don't, if I'm being a teacher, I don't really want to bother myself to teach other students that less educate. I mean, like, if I was in a school I'm sorry, if I was in a school that have like highly educational students, and they can absorb the information, the knowledge easily, and suddenly I need to move in to other school that has rarely got high education. So it's like really hard to adapt this
Yeah.
situation, and how to actually bring the materials, and we need to change everything. I mean, like the strategy to teach the children, and then we need to have another curriculum to, yeah, something like that. So basically, um, yeah, is it better to exchange about maybe materials, or maybe like collaboration, like we can use your field or your something like that for sport, or when probably the school has not have not like there is like a field or something like that, so they can help other school to, yeah, use it too, and something like that. It's not the teacher. I mean, like, I agree with that. I think that's my opinion.
All right. So Mariam, you were saying something?
No, I don't have anything to say.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
totally agree with all of your ideas. You
okay.
said whatever, like
All
everything.
right, all right, all right, all right. So, since I think we have less than 10 minutes here, okay, I think this would be
We
our
just have
last
six.
question. Yeah, I think let's go to question number 6. How might the credit system affect students' views of English education, especially when CSAT English still emphasizes reading over communication? Ooh. Me, personally, as an applied English student back in my country, I think um, we in school in Indonesia we still emphasize on reading as well and less on communicating, which makes like student hard to speak English fluently. I think it's something that needs to be like taught like early so that their tongue is used to speak in English. I think um um it's a very deeply rooted problem if they not able to speak the language correctly because it's just kind of like weird when like students around like middle school or elementary school they understand when they're playing games that are speaking English or movies that are speaking English, they understand what the meaning of what the meaning of the utterance, the sentences in English, but they do not know how to speak it. So it's kind of like a weird, it's kind of like mismatch. Their understanding skill does not match with their communication skills. What about you guys?
Okay, I will share my opinion about this. Like, yes, this credit system, if like we focus on the grammatically knowledge about English, it's kind of hard for us because like that's English is not our mother tongue. I mean, like we probably wanted to learn English because like we need to communicate to other people. So why we need to really understand and then get graded by just grammatically, because like even though we master at when we are doing a grammatical things, but suddenly we cannot speak about it, what is the use, the what is it called, like what is the beneficial of learning English actually? Because like even like I'm talking right now, I don't know if my grammar is like a correct or not. Like, is it like I am agree that is it it's better if we have a curriculum about like others languages. It's better to improve the speaking, and then alongside with the speaking is we have like yeah, it's okay to have like a grammatical things, education, knowledgeable, something like that, so they can more understand like how to actually speak the past, the present, and the future, something like that. So yeah, but probably we need to like more improve and then change how we actually learned and teaching English, because like we need language for communication not just like we learned about paper or something about it. That's my opinion actually. You guys have another opinion, it's feel free to share.
Totally agree. What about the others?
Okay, okay, I'll just say it. Um, I think for the majority of students, the reality is that the CSAT still dominates if the national exams still focus almost entirely on reading and grammar, and if the credit system, um, for example, if the credit system let them choose between practical communication or the English class that is for the SAT, like mainly focus on SAT, that kind of English class. I think the majority will choose the second one. And I think so even though the credit system is supposed to offer flexibility, but it might reinforce the existing focusing focus on uh, the CSAT preparation, the task preparation. So uh, I'm just quite pessimistic about this credit system because this um, it won't change anything unless the CSAT itself like change this CSAT itself. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah, I think the credit system has a potential to change how students see English in a like positive way. But right now, as it says, there is a still conflict in the credit system. Um, Students can like take more diverse English classes, like for example, speaking, listening, or as we have like discussion based courses, right? And in this case, it can help them to see the English as a real communication tool, and not not just a subject to study like for exams. And but the problem is that as CSAT still like forces mainly on reading and testing taking skills, as it says. And because of this, many students like may not fully value the like communication based classes, and even like they have more interesting or like useful in real life. And instead of this, they might choose classes that may help them prepare for the like CSAT. And since like the college like admission is the main like concern for the students.
Yeah, that's right. I think we're gonna talk more about college admission. I think next week, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, in chapter 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna totally discuss about that as well next week probably. All right. So Fariska, how much time do we have left?
It's done actually.
It's done. Okay. So can any of you give a closing statement for this today?
Um,
Just a short one. It's all right.
okay, so probably I would like to like Indonesia actually not have a credit system, but I learned a lot about these chapters that actually credit system is like a good strategies to actually to maintain student interesting to go to the class so they can have a commitment to finishing their credit system, something like that. So the grading also is kind of different with my own country. Then it is kind of like new things for me, but I think like it's kind of beneficial for me to learn about other countries grading credit system and something like that. And I think it will be great if we can like actually imply that actually for the future what we suggest, like, oh, we can discuss more about this, like we hope like our government can be more knowing, have a sympathy or empathetic about these things, about these problems. So I think that's all my opinion for the closing. Is there any additional?
Okay, I think that would be it. That would be it. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in today's meeting, and thank you for watching.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
See you guys.
See you.